My brother manipulated me into hurting our adopted sister, then sent me to Juvie. So I exposed him and watched him lose everything. 2 years later, he came crawling back, pretending he's changed. I was 12 and my brother was about to move out for college when my mom discovered that the eggs she had frozen had completely degenerated. She couldn't have another baby. Mom, I don't want a sibling. Am I not enough for you? I asked instinctively. She would always try to reassure me that I was enough for her, but still, I hoped every night that she'd never be able to adopt. And a few months later, she was asked to babysit a baby called Daisy. You see, her friend had opened her door one day to find a child completely unclothed and left crying at her front door. She had no idea where it had come from and couldn't take care of it due to having 3 toddlers of her own. And because my mom is known for being generous and stuff, she asked if she could babysit Daisy for the night until CPS came to pick her up. My mom agreed, and we both loved the baby so much that we ended up adopting her and accepting her into our family. At first, I loved her. She was 3 and so much fun to play with. I taught her how to tie her own lace and build blanket forts. We even had multiple handshakes that only we knew. It honestly felt like the sibling I never had, because even though I technically had a brother, he effing hated me. When I was a child and wanted to play with him, he'd hit me until I left him alone. He'd constantly break every new toy I got to teach me how to be tough. And instead of telling our mom, I just let it happen for years, because I wanted his approval more than anything. So protecting Daisy meant everything to me, until one day when Trevor pulled me aside. Daisy is different. You shouldn't be around her. His tone was cold and unforgiving. Daisy was African American while we were white Americans. You see, people like her are always angry, always ready to commit violence. You don't want mom to be hurt, do you? I shook my head violently, and he nodded. Except there's one thing. Adults don't like when boys hit girls, so you have to be the one to do it. I started tearing up, not liking the glimpse of the adult world I thought I was getting. But that's when my brother did something so unexpected that it instantly changed everything. He gave me a hug and said, "I'm proud of you. You have to be strong." In response, I smiled super hard and hugged him back. That's when we heard our mom's footsteps. He pushed me off and pretended like nothing happened. And since I had nothing better to do, I returned to playing with Daisy. I didn't really know how to follow my brother's advice or what exactly he wanted me to do, so I just listened to what I thought was my intuition. But it was really just my developing anger issues. Whenever Daisy didn't do what I'd say, I'd pinch her arm until she cried. And when she talked to my mom, I'd pull her aside and tell her our mom secretly hates her. And the more she talks, the more she'll want to bring her to the orphanage. This always shut her up straight away, and by the time she turned 4, she was a complete shell of who she used to be. Hated playing, always wanted to be alone, did everything she could to please me. And the worse I treated her, the nicer my brother was to me. He'd tell me that I was saving the family, that I was protecting mom, and as much as I hate to admit it, deep down, I knew it was wrong. But the nicer my brother treated me, the more it seemed like morals just didn't really matter. But then came Daisy's breaking point, or rather, my breaking point. One day, she came home to all of her toys being completely broken, because I had done the same thing as my brother always did to me. Usually our mom was so busy that she never even noticed what was going on. But that day, she came home early, and Daisy was crying so loudly I knew it was going to make her suspicious. So I hit her, again and again, until her tiny self was covered in injuries. When she was quiet, I breathed a sigh of relief until red started dripping on the floor. And that's when our mom walked in with a plate of apples and grapes. As soon as she saw us, her face went ghost white and she screamed. I was so scared of what her reaction would be that I didn't even notice Daisy had passed out beside me. Then my brother walked in. "Why did you make me do this? I effing hate you!" I yelled while my mom tried to dial 911. I don't even know why I expected him to be honest. He turned to my mom and said, "She's dangerous." Except this time she was talking about me, not Daisy. When the ambulance arrived, they prioritized saving Daisy. But as they brought her to the hospital, I saw it. The flashing red and blue lights. It was the police. They took me in and questioned me. But I could tell they weren't believing a word I said. And when they left to talk to my mom, my fears were immediately confirmed. Because that's when I saw one of the officers hugging Trevor and congratulating him on being the man of the house. He smirked. I watched from the window. I could see one of the officers speaking with Trevor, his manner professional and appropriate given the situation. Trevor maintained his innocent act, occasionally glancing in my direction with that look of triumph only I could recognize. I knew then that everything